Hello, hello, hello. Make sure I have this right. Do I have this right? I do. This is my first time using this platform, which I'm used to using StreamYard, but it's my first time using this platform. So if I get it wrong, it's live and there's nothing else I can do about it. But we'll have fun while I'm trying to work it out. I think it was up until 3 in the morning trying to figure it out and kind of doing recordings and whatnot, but we will try it out. So welcome to a Friday night of Shadow Whispers. In the night, I have a fantastic guest with me tonight. I'm not going to keep waffling on, but let me tell you, she has been to some of the most amazing locations and investigations, and I'm so excited to talk to her about it. I am going to bring in Christina. Yay, I did it!
Look, it's working.
Sometimes I don't get it wrong, but it's trial and error, and I've been told this is much better than StreamYard, so why not try it? And it's a lot cheaper, I will say that. It's a lot cheaper, and there's more to it, so we will see what happens. But welcome.
Thank you.
It's your first time? Is it? No, it's not. It's your second time.
I think it was we've done a few things, but it's been quite a few years.
It has, hasn't it? It has. Yeah. How are you?
What?
How are you today?
Okay, there you go. Of course, in the middle of your sentence, it like kind of. I'm great. It's Friday, so.
Friday. I keep thinking I'm always a day ahead of myself this week and last week because I normally do my shows on a Saturday, but then I'm free tomorrow night. God knows what I'll get up to tomorrow night. I want to say hi to a few people. Miss Chantel, my darling, I love you. We have to do a video call. We have to catch up. Pump, how are you doing? I hope you are well. Thank you for sharing out for me. Right. Oh, there's Pump there.
I'm like, I don't know how this works. Like, I'm on your page watching too in the comments, and there's like nothing coming up on there, but I see the ones on there. Listen, if I don't say hi, I'm really sorry.
I'll stick them up for you. Do you want to tell everybody who you are, what you have done?
Yes, I will.
So on.
I'm Christina. I am a paranormal investigator. I am a skunk mom. I have a pet skunk, which, and I own, a Dodge Charger. So a lot of people know me on Facebook for all three things. Paranormal stuff. Everyone loves me. I think Charger has my skunk. His name is Charger. I think he has more fans.
Charger.
He's got more followers on TikTok than I do.
My pet. I love him. I need to squeeze him. I love him so much. How is he getting on?
He's it is what it is, but he's all right. As long as he has snacks.
He loves his food. He loves his cucumbers. He's so funny. You have been to some crazy locations, which I seen when a lady was watching the Conjuring movie tonight, and I said, "Jump on the show." Yeah. The lady who has been there and come and watch the show. There's a ship. What's the name of the ship that you've been on?
Oh, so it's called the USS Salem in Quincy, Massachusetts.
I'm going to see if I can get the picture up here. Bear with me because, this is what we're doing. Let me see.
But yeah, the ship's pretty cool. The USS Salem is pretty cool. It's not in Salem, but it actually never saw, it's a battleship, but it actually never saw battle, but they did use it for like rescue. Or maybe it's just, anyways, they sent it to Greece when they had those really bad earthquakes like years ago and stuff for like, emergency like relief and stuff like that. So it definitely had action. It just never saw actual battle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This here is the sleeping dome. Is it, would you call it the sleeping dome?
I don't know if that's like the sleeping quarters or like actually where they kept like the wounded patients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Amazing. There's a few more pictures I want to put up of that.
It's been a few years since I've been there, and I kind of forgot the history. Besides the that it never saw actual battle.
I'm not amazing. Look at this. This is fabulous. And I'm supposed to put a picture up of you standing in front of it. My dog's going crazy now.
I do remember your dogs.
my five dogs. There's another one. I'm going to show the front of it as well. Let me see. See, this is trial and error, so I'm getting used to this. But
yeah,
fingers crossed.
I mean, the ship's really cool, and my friend Don does a lot of the tours there. And it's definitely a good time. I want to get back there, but it's like it's too far for just a day trip for me, and I'm kind of like keeping my traveling for a slight minimum as of now, just because of chargers, my skunk, he herniated a disc in his back and he's not using his back legs, so he needs extra attention right now, and so
if I lived closer, I would babysit him. I would skunk sit. My dogs would love him. He would love my dogs. What experiences did you have on the ship?
It was a public investigation that we hosted.
Yeah.
So we had some equipment hits and stuff like that, but you know how public investigations go. Sometimes it's really hard to like really dig in deep there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was great. Me and a few people hosted the event. We definitely had a bunch of equipment hits. We definitely had after everyone left, we did stick around for a while, and we had some noises coming down from the hallway. It's just so hard because it's on water. And so it's hard to differentiate and stuff like that. But I want to get back there, just like a few of us, and be able to dig in a little deeper. But
yeah, get into the nitty gritty of it. And water is a great source of energy for investigations as well. We love that. I think I remember doing a ship up in Belfast called the HMS Caroline. It was a retired ship the Queen used to own. And it was phenomenal. It was it was on my list of amazing investigations that I've done. It was just amazing. We had a DVP that everyone heard at the same time, and we all looked at each other. I don't have that audio, but it was absolutely brilliant. Have you been to that ship many times? It was just the one time with the public.
I've been there twice, but the first time we didn't really investigate. It was just like a visit, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I've been on the ship twice. It's so cool. I definitely want to get back like ASAP, but we'll see what happens.
I love it. You've been to the Pennhurst Asylum. I read up a little bit about that. This is where I live is the Royal Navy, and we have the HMS Warrior, the first iron battleship, Mary Rose Henry, flagship. I never know those numbers. I don't know. And the HMS Victory, Admiral Lord Nelson's flagship for the Battle of Victory. I would love to investigate those. I find ships
are cool. Hi, Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence. How are you? Hope you are keeping well. You've been to the Conjuring House, and I know a lot of people have a lot of stories about the Conjuring House, and I love the movies.
I mean, the movies are not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think I really, really needed to see a movie that kind of made me jump, because I've watched, as we all do, watch a lot of horror stories and paranormal
movies are great. I love the Conjuring movies. As far as entertainment goes, I'm a fan, Yeah,
I love the Conjuring. Hi, Pamela. How are you, my love? I have to catch up with you, lady. I have to catch up with you. When I interviewed someone who used to live or own the Conjuring House, he did.
Corey.
Yeah, Corey. That's the guy, Corey. So he had to leave. He had to leave it at one point. He didn't stay many times, but he did leave it at one point. I don't know. It's closed now, isn't it?
So I don't know the nitty gritties.
I know,
but I was there a few years ago when Corey and Jen still owned it.
Okay.
They were fabulous. They were great. Super nice. Had a great time. We really didn't have that much happen. We did have one thing happen, but I wasn't like super. I mean, if this legit happened, like there's so many people in the room, so. But we were in like they have like the famous well in there that like some.
That's it. I'm going to put that picture up. That's what I was going to ask you about, was the well.
I'm terrible. I didn't have time. I was so busy today that I was gonna kind of brush up on my actual like stories. So you're gonna get like the abridged, I don't remember everything history from me today from all my locations. But that's the well, and there was a table in the middle of the room, and we were all sitting there, and there was some change on the table, and like a penny went flying off the table towards the well.
Okay.
But like I didn't see it because there were so many people. Like it was my team that I used to be on. We were all there, and I was kind of standing behind a few people, so I didn't see it happen. So I know everyone was freaking out and thought it was really cool, but I'm like a super skeptical investigator, so I I can't say that I saw it with my own eyes, but that's what supposedly happened.
No, you have to see it to believe it. I'm the same. I have to see it. And if someone says something, it's a personal experience, and unless the video was on it, and not always, we don't capture everything on video.
No, of course, right?
Unfortunately, we don't. But what would the well be doing in the house?
In the basement, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like the supposedly, it's so hard because even like the folklore about the house and everything that happened, and I'm gonna catch a lot of hate for this, but a friend of mine, Eric, was on Desper, and he isn't anymore, and he had a lot of behind the scenes with them, and like and even without knowing anything, I'm kind of like skeptical on. I know Ed and Lorraine Warren embellished things. I know they did. Like they were trying to write books and make money off of some of their stories. So a lot of people, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying that I don't really believe all the stories that you hear about their cases.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you, because like you said, they're writing books that they have to amp it up more. And if it was like that, well then why hasn't more people gotten what they have gotten in the basement and all of that? It's closed now because Jackie Nuns has no business insurance yet. Yes, yeah. That has been.
So Jackie Nunez. I don't want to even start talking smack because I'm going to end up getting harassing emails because she was going crazy and harassing people, and like it's bad. It's bad, but she like got arrested for like a DUI or something, and then they like revoked her license to be able to have teams in there as a business. So that's where we're at. So I don't know.
I did listen to a voicemail. It was a video that was put up, but you cannot see her, but you just see the camera on the ground. But it was just.
I saw that too. It became like paranormal Jerry Springer, really.
It was a lot. It was a lot to hear when you were paying to go into this location, and you'd be told she was in doing stuff when she shouldn't have been in the house at that stage, when they have paid to do an investigation. I think it was only about 3 of them, I'm not too sure, but they had paid to go into the location. She comes in just to check and see what they're doing, and you can't do this, and pack up, and don't do this and don't do that, and leave, and obviously with no refund or anything like that. So it was a little bit, she is extremely unwell. People were saying, was it the house that was making her go like that?
I hate that. I hate when people try to use paranormal shit as excuses for their poor behavior or bad luck. I hate it.
There's a lot of things people say to me, which I've heard today and I've heard last week. And I just said, and I'm not even going to say the word, but I hear way too much of this this word for excuses for shitty behavior, and I'm just not here for it. And I do call them out on it. I'm just not here for it. I can say she needs professional help. She does, but that's the truth. She really does. She really, really does. If you hear that clip of audio where she was, I was uncomfortable listening to it.
No,
I was uncomfortable. If it had been me, I would have said, "Out, get out." She's no, she's look at this. Look, she's even named in the British royal family in conspiracy theories.
Well, I mean, she's in the United States, so she's an honorary Brit now.
She's mentioned in a lot of places.
That's funny that it gets around.
Right? And even the tree that I've asked about the tree, was it there? And it was never there. The tree was just put into it for the movie. And I'm like, well, that kind of ruined it. Was that the Conjuring? No, that wasn't the Conjuring. That was...
I don't know.
If anybody knows the movie, was it a tree or was it...
It's been so long since I saw the movies too. I have poor movie retention, I'll tell you that.
I'm trying to think, what was the movie where there was a tree there and someone was hanging from it, and the family had... Do you know it? Yeah, the family...
Exorcist of Emily Rose or something? Exorcism?
Not that one. A family moved into it. It wasn't.
It's like every Exorcist movie ever, like Exorcism movie, pretty much.
I'm trying to think. Was it Amityville? It wasn't. It was. There was a murder. There was murder cases in. There was a man who murdered his family.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm mixing my movies up. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please let me know.
Bueller, someone.
I'm trying to think. I just don't. Okay, it'll come to me. It will come to me. There's other pictures of
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
My friend, and it's a shame because my friend actually was working there for a few months. She was living there a few days a week to kind of take care of the house and all the tours and stuff. But that didn't last long because just that woman lost her mind. But
I'd be scared of her.
Look, you're right. It is the tree. So the Conjuring House, listen, if that ever opens up again with a new owner, I highly suggest going. You know, it wasn't super active for me. Other people said they have had lots of experiences there, but it's cool. It's like, you know, at least I could be like, I was at the Conjuring House, you know, because it's such an iconic location, you know, so it's worth it. So
I'm looking for pictures of it. Jennifer. Okay. I hope I get this right. Let me see. That's inside of it.
Yes, so that's the living room, and to the left you can see that's the library that supposedly lots of things happened. Yeah, no, I mean it's a cool little house. Most definitely. It's hard though. Like if someone goes there, you really got to go with like 5 people max, and you got to stay together.
You do?
You can see through the floorboards to the basement. Like the contamination is very easy there. So you can't really spread out, you know.
And I'm looking at the Annabelle doll and the clock.
Yes.
Really?
I know. It's
Ouija boards, and it's crazy. And I mean, when people go in, like, do they make it like a home? Like, would that fire be lit? You know, would you?
I guess, I mean, if you live there.
God, Lord. I mean, did this woman, her name, did she live in there?
I don't know. I don't think so because, like she had people living there during the week and you know, watching the place. So I'm going to go with no.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy. She's adamant she won't sell it to anybody.
It's a shame.
That's just keeping it to herself because she knows people want to get into it. So she knows, and she cannot rent it out anymore hire it out.
But she bought it for like over $1 million from Corey and Jen. So and the house isn't worth that. And I don't know how she's ever going to recoup her money if she can't she's going to lose it anyways,
I think she just, because she's that kind of way, that she just wants to keep it to herself, knowing people want to go into it.
Yeah.
And I think she's more scarier than the house.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Yeah, she's more scary than the house. I'm looking for another picture of it because I'm not too sure. Let me see if I can get this right. Jennifer.
I remember talking to Andrea, or watching. I spoke to her a few times, but we were watching a podcast with Andrea Perrin on it, which is one of the daughters that was there. That the Perrin family is like what the Conjuring movies were about. And well, the first one at least. And she was like, "Oh, we weren't afraid of the spirits there. Like they were friendly. Like she basically confirmed that everything was, bullshit."
It's not as malevolent as, and of course, if you're gonna sell a location, you gotta make it into, and like with movies, and the Warrens was making it bigger than what it really is. I mean, if that's the case, the house would be.
Yep.
It would be more. I think it's movies that did it. The Warrens made it.
Yeah.
To what people wanted to do movies on and whatnot, and it's not all of that. I'm looking for another picture, and I hope I get it right. I hope I put it up actually. Let me shoot. I'll probably end up putting the same picture up again. Watch. That's the living room.
Yeah, so that's the other direction. That is the living room, and to the right is the library, and then there's like another room in the back there. I mean, it's a decent size. It doesn't look big from the outside, but it's a decent size. And then there's the upstairs. There's I was
gonna say, did anything happen upstairs in it?
Besides 90% of my team falling asleep. My friend Christina actually fell asleep on that couch.
It seems like a lovely homely place.
Everyone was passed out by like midnight except me and a few people, and then they got back up and investigated more.
Yeah,
but for some reason, like everyone was shot.
Oh my gosh! And what's the story with the library? What's supposed to have happened in there? And
I'm like a horrible guest. I don't know. I don't remember. I knew at one point. Like I said, I wanted to brush up on my history. Because it's been a while since I really looked into it, but I don't remember. But there were stories. There were definitely a lot of stories about the library. I actually fell asleep in the library for about 5 minutes in one of the chairs.
Oh Jesus, woman!
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
You should.
Let me see.
I mean, it's really cool, and I mean, it's a little creepy. Outside, like. From what Corey was telling me, they do have like that whole area, like they have like UFO sightings and stuff like that. Yeah, which podcast? It's not my friend Stevie's podcast, is it? Because there's probably a bunch of those. My friend Stevie has a great podcast, and she's on YouTube. She's pretty well known in the field for it. I forgot the name of her podcast, but she does a lot. She's kind of been battling with the Nesper people for a while, kind of calling them out on their bullshit, actually. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Pomp, but yeah. It's
at the Enfield as well.
Oh God.
Where they
I'm like creating drama for myself by just talking about this. The Enfield Demon House people.
In the Enfield house,
they can go hang out with Jacqueline for all I care. I don't have any personal problems with them.
Oh, I if it has to
I think they would have shared a room at a facility together.
Let me see. The movies were second and Enfield.
Yeah, Stevie. Pump Stevie. Yeah, she's great.
Okay, let me just seeing this here. Library was supposed to have had books fly off the shelf.
So pumped. You've probably seen my friend Eric on some of her podcasts. That's my friend that used to be on Nesper. But listen, like I don't want to get involved in anything.
I
But the paranormal community is a crazy place.
It is a pile of schnooziness.
It's a crazy place. And I'm just kind of chilling back. Yes, Truth or Demons podcast. That's Stevie's podcast. That's right. She did a fabulous episode with a few of my friends. But I'm not gonna bother talking about it because I'll end up with a fake cease and desist letter at my door at some point. So we're just gonna avoid that. But it's a shame that the paranormal community is just a nightmare right now.
That's it. She's just gonna keep it for herself. No, like I said, like knowing that people want to go into it, and she's. I don't. Because she owns it, there's not a lot that anyone can do about it.
No, it stinks, man. It's a shame because it's a great location that, as an investigator, everyone should have the opportunity to go to, and now they can't. So I hope it turns around.
I hope.
Yeah.
I would go over.
Yeah. I would set that up just so we can go.
Vacation, I would go over just for that.
Listen, honestly, if you're gonna come up here for anything, like Pennhurst is my favorite. So Pennhurst is my favorite, even though my second favorite has been always more active for me. Pennhurst has always been is my favorite just because it's old and
I hope I'm gonna put a picture up. I hope this is the right one.
The property is yes, so that's one of the main buildings at Pennhurst. You actually don't go into that one. That building is actually falling apart. But there's a few more buildings that I go to at Pennhurst.
I have.
But
what do you like about the Pennhurst?
So I just love being on the property in general. I don't even care if anything happens at night. Like just being there is so cool. It's just got I just love the structures. They're just I think it was like a state school or something, and they turned it into I'm butchering and probably merging all the history of all my favorite locations because that's how my brain works these days.
I do that.
Yeah, but anyways, it wasn't like a lunatic asylum, but like it was it was kind of like people, it was for the mentally ill, some parts of the place, and people. The sad part was people were dropping off like back then, people with Down syndrome, just like physical handicaps. Like families were just like kind of dumping these people off there and just never coming back. So it was we've spoken to some of the employees that had worked there at one time, and they were telling us it was basically that the number of patients outnumbered the staff. They were so understaffed that they really couldn't take proper care of them, so that's where that comes from. I don't really there's so many, again, stories and myths and stuff. I don't really
a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So a little bit about it.
I had that video I sent you 2 nights ago. I sent you of my Facebook Live that I had that was at Pennhurst. So I was on the Mayflower building on the top floor with a few of my friends, and I was on Facebook Live, but I was also doing an EVP session with my recorder, and it was really cool. One of my favorite things to do for EVP sessions is to count. So I was counting, hey, can you, repeat, can you fill in the blanks for me, please? And I was, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. So I said 9 and I paused for a second and you hear 10.
I heard
Pamela's voice say
that.
10. And the next morning I was like, half alive after being at Pennhurst for, till 3 a.m. and then driving 2 hours home.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if I caught that on my Facebook Live too. So I went back and it was on there. So I clipped it off of my Facebook Live and I posted it as a reel. That was really
Say
freaking
that
amazing.
for me, or did you send it to me?
I sent it to you on Facebook, on Messenger.
No, where is it, Jenny?
But yeah, no, that was really freaking crazy. Like, you don't know, I don't think I've ever gotten as clear of an EVP as that. And everyone's like, oh, that's someone in the room. That's someone in the room. I'm like, listen, I was in the room. Everyone in the room did not hear that. I'm like, trust me, my memory is not too great. So I grilled every single person in the room. I was like, was that you? And they're like, no,
Hi, Laura.
So
I would I have it here in front of me. Now I'm afraid if I put it up, I'm going to make an arse out of it. I can try, but I'm not 100% sure on how to do this, but we can try. God knows what I'll put on it. God knows what I will put on it. Let me see if I can do that. See, even, do you know what I'll do? I'll probably download it.
Yeah.
Not
Pennhurst, if anyone watching has never been there, it's in Spring City, Pennsylvania. Such a cool place. Actually, at the end, 16th, 17th, whatever of May, whatever that weekend is. Let me see. May, I think it's May 17th, 18th, 19th, I believe, is Pennhurst Paracon. So they have a huge Paracon every year. I'm just checking the dates for you guys. And they have some awesome guests. They always have the Ghost Hunters guys there. They have the Ghost Brothers. And this year they have a bunch of other people. But this year they have Josh Gates.
Oh, wow. They have him. Oh, that's going to be brilliant. Did they go live with it?
I don't know. Actually, I don't think so. Yeah, it's May 17th and 18th is Pennhurst Paracon. But they do, VIP parties, and then they do investigations, and they do tours throughout the whole weekend and stuff.
Yes, in Ireland. Emerald Isle as in Ireland. Yes, I'm in Ireland.
She's in Ireland. I'm in the United States.
And this is the power of the internet.
I know.
I want to try and get that video up. I don't know how to do it, but
my
Christina,
Halloween sleeve.
This is fabulous. I love it.
And my Art the Clown.
I'm looking behind you there as well.
Oh yeah, I love Terrifier. Like, I'm such a horror movie buff. Like, I grew up with my dad watching Ghost Hunters, and I was like 6 years old, and I was watching like Hellraiser with my dad, all the original George Romero movies, Pumpkinhead, and like, I mean, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is like my favorite cheesy like B like 80s movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so cheesy, it's great.
I think one of tonight's movie is Killer Clowns. I've never seen it.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, do it. It's so cheesy. It's the cheesiest cheese ever, but I love it so much.
Jeremy York loves that movie as well. You know Jeremy?
Who?
Jeremy York from Things Network. He's in Indiana. I think he likes that movie as well.
It's it's one of those like cult classics, like a Little Shop of Horrors, and but yeah. So like, I've always been, and I used to go to Pennhurst since I oh my god, for years, because I'd always go to their haunted house. Hi, what's up? So I would go to their haunted house that they do like in Halloween. Yes, see, Pamela.
sounds wrong. I'm gonna have to watch that movie tonight.
Yes, you have to do it and tell
I'll
me
have
what
to
you
watch
think.
it, and I'll just sit here and get myself a glass of wine and just the fire's lit, and then
You're gonna be like, why did Christina make me watch this shit?
oh, no, I can't wait to watch it. I'll give a lowdown on it. Originally a Dublin girl myself. Glad I don't live and surrounded by people that never even seen Ireland that say, oh, my great grandmother knew someone from Ireland. So I listen, listen. Yeah, I get that too a lot. And you know, I know
I'm not Irish at all. So I'm half Italian, a quarter Dutch, and a quarter Polish. So
oh, that's fab. I love Italy. I've been to Italy once and I am going back to it. And if I go back over, I'm not going to come home.
I'm jealous.
Mistress Kaylee, I'm in Drogheda, so I'm not too far away from Dublin. I'm about 45, 50 minutes from Dublin. So Dublin is like my second home. I do like it.
That sounds so much better than being able to say I'm 10 minutes from New York City, because I hate New York City. I hate it. I worked so I did college radio. I was a DJ. I had a metal radio station, and then after I graduated, I worked for a radio station in the city, in Manhattan, and I had to commute, and it was horrible. Like, I hate public transportation. Hate it. The traffic is horrible. The people walking everywhere is horrible. I hate New York City. And everyone's like, oh, I want to go to New York City. I want to go to visit. And listen, everyone who doesn't live in or near it absolutely loves it. But if you're like right there, it's like, no, it's like, no. It smells like pee when it's hot out and rains.
Jesus Christ.
And it got bad. They cleaned it up real good, and then after COVID it kind of got a little seedy again. So
I've always wanted to go to New York. Always wanted to go to New York for Christmas. Always.
You don't want to do that.
I'm not going to now.
I mean, they made us try to go drive one of the station vehicles, and get it in the view of the tree, and you couldn't get 4 blocks. You couldn't get a car 4 blocks near it, and it's just, I mean, maybe if you go during the week, I don't know, it might be fine, but it's just so crowded. I am the most antisocial person on the planet. I'm there's too many people.
Listen, I am the great all year round. There's too peoply outside. I like to stay at home with my dog.
Yes. I mean, I love doing movies. I'm not lying about the pee smell. Listen, you never hear the story, don't ever meet your idols.
Oh no, really?
I'm listening. I know a lot of people that don't live in the area that go all the time and love it, so
I think I'll just stick to the movies. Maybe it's the movies that I'm watching that
it's real pretty from the outside, from if I go by the Hudson, 10 minutes from my house, and look at it from across the river. It's beautiful. But once you get in, you're like, oh.
I'd like. I've totally, the way the world is going, I think I kind of not go over to New York. I like London.
I've never even left the United States besides Canada when I was a kid, so I have to get on that. Tim, that is my. You know Tim? Do you know Tim? You know Tim, right?
I think I know Tim. I think
Tim is one of my best friends.
Oh, I think I know. If I don't, then I'll send you a request, Tim.
He's one of my best friends, but him and his dad do a lot of alien stuff.
Oh God, I love that. I'd love to get even Tim on the show, because I'm very fascinated about.
Do it, Tim. Do it.
Do it, please, because I'm very fascinated with. You're grand. About all of that's happening now with, is it a smoke screen that there's so many.
Well, him and his dad would definitely be the people to talk to about that, because.
Oh, that's brilliant, Tim. Do you know what? I'm sure I'm friends with you, Tim. I'm sure I am. I'd love to get you on. to the show, and let me see. Oh, we are friends. We are friends. We are friends.
Actually, me and Tim became friends through my fabulously horrible ex.
You should,
we will not tell
names.
And then I kept him. So
something good came from it.
Yes, I have a good set of friends that I kept. So,
I do.
So a lot of good things have come from it.
It wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't all bad when you have, when something good comes out of it. Jody, thank you so much for jumping in and saying hi to us. Enjoy work. Enjoy work. Be careful and have a good day. Pomp is saying it's too. I know I'm going to do a London accent, but I won't. It's too. That's because you're a crazy Irish woman, Jen. That's why you love London. I'll have it no other way. Capital C or AZY. Trust and believe. And I'm not joking when I say to people, Irish women can be crazy. I always say, pull the tail, get bitten.
I believe it. I believe it. I mean, just the few years I've known you.
I can be a little feisty. But that's okay.
Yeah, well.
If you're talking about something that seems to be a conspiracy, most of America would believe it these days. Bloody flat earth doesn't have a lot to answer for. It's like, let's talk about, is the earth flat or is it round?
I know.
What is it? Is it flat or round? I can't. It's round.
Oh no, Tim's not on. He's just commenting.
Oh, did I do that? Oh no, that's it. There's other pictures that I have here that I want to, and I named them, but I didn't know what location they were in, but I liked the pictures. This one here, let it bring it up. Where is this?
So that is actually some of the tunnels at Mid-Orange Correctional Facility. Unfortunately, you can see they flood a lot.
Yes.
So I've only been back there a few times that were like walkable. But so yes, Mid-Orange Correctional Facility is my other favorite spot to investigate. It's in Warwick, New York. It's called the Hudson Sports Complex now. So soccer player Christian Fuchs bought it out and he turned it into like a soccer camp pretty much. And they have soccer fields, all different events, this and that. They still do investigations now. It was actually on an episode of like a double episode. It was like a 2-part series on Ghost Nation. And the place is awesome. I freaking love it. I'm actually going back very soon for like the 5th time. Yes.
What did you get from it? I'm looking for the pictures to see if I got the right ones, and I
have had
even right or wrong with them.
You know, I mean, I've been to so many locations. That's the basement at the Conjuring House.
Because I didn't know what they were, so I just put them in.
No, that's fine. I'll give you a photo tour. So I hate when people are like, oh, it's always active and, it's not going to disappoint. But literally, I've been to Mid-Orange like 4 or 5 times, and every time I've gotten something. Like something has happened, whether it's been a personal experience, some EVPs. Last time I was there, so it's cool. So football, not soccer. They call it soccer here. I'm sorry.
Say this number for me. I don't know. Maybe I will later. I don't know. Say 13. Now I'm trying to say it right.
Well, you can't say 13.
Oh no, I can. It's just the Irish, the way we say it, 13.
Oh, 13. It's like when I make my Massachusetts friend from Boston. He has a very, very thick Boston accent, and he says "car." He says "car" instead of "car," and I'm like, "car." So every time I'm talking to him,
they say "car." They say "car" in Ireland. It depends on where they're from. I know where I'm from. They say "car," and I'm like, oh my God, say "car."
Well, they're Massachusetts people say the same thing. Or wait, how about my typical New Jersey accent with coffee?
A friend of mine is from New Jersey. Oh, she's from, what do you call it? Is it New Jersey she's from? Philadelphia. No, she's from New Jersey. Well, holy crap. she's real, coffee. She's really that.
Oh, she's very, maybe New York, maybe she's more, I don't know. I mean, some people have more of an accent. Some people have more of an accent than I do. Like I say water and coffee.
I say water, tatine.
Water.
And everyone is saying it is. Look at this, mistress. You play with your feet, so football.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't like sports. I don't watch sports. So I really don't care.
Okay. That's all. I've been eating jacket potatoes all week.
I love potatoes.
I make the meanest mashed potato. I make the meanest mashed potato.
I believe it.
Listen, my girls.
I'm a fan. It's coffee. All right, Tim, you're from New York, but he's from New York State, so you still count.
So New York State. So it's not. So New York obviously is out. It's in New York, but
New York City is like right on the water, next to New Jersey, and he's up towards Albany. And if you go up like towards Vermont and stuff like that, you go north. So this is Jersey, and Manhattan's here, and there's the water, right, the ocean, and then he's like up here.
It's not a tick.
He's like 2 hours north of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a tick. I was going to say tick, as people say tick. I use my H. It's not a thick New York accent.
No, he doesn't really. He sounds like I do.
Tim? I do have a thing for the Boston accent and New York accent. I have a friend in New York as well, and I even voicemail her just so she can voicemail me back so I can hear it. And my other friend is it New Jersey? She's from not Philadelphia, New Jersey. She's lovely. Batshit crazy.
I believe it.
She really is. if I had people or friends staying in my house, and she says, "Jenny, give me their name, give me their name, and I'm gonna do a background check on them. And if you don't call me by a certain time, I'm calling the cops." I'm fine. I know them, but you don't know them. You've never met them. I said, but I know them for many years, and they're staying in my home. Yeah. She goes, I'll do a background check. Don't you bleep and take them into your house. I need to do a background check on them. Thank you, but I'm fine.
Oh, hi, Joanne.
Hello, Joanne. How are you? Thanks for being here. How are you?
But yeah, so Mid-Orange is awesome. They have the tunnels. They run for a long time underneath.
I'm going to put some pictures up. So make sure. I hope now the ones I don't know, I just put your name under them.
Yeah, I think it's only been closed for like 18 years or so. So it closed pretty recently. That's a photo in the mess hall. And they have, so there's the school, they call it the schoolhouse. It's the main building. And then they have, it was like a very low security prison. It wasn't like a major, they did have a serial killer from New Jersey there for a short period of time before they transferred him. I forgot the guy's name. But so they have, and then they have these little cottages on like the outskirts. Yeah. That I've investigated a few of them. Supposedly one of the it's been used as a lot of things over the years. It was like almost like a school for troubled boys and stuff like that too, and like drug addiction, and it was also used as a low minimal security prison. So
like we have here. Oh bloody hell! I forget what it's called. I remember having to look after my sister's dogs when she was away, and her husband is an officer. And so he would work in this. I think it was called a delinquent center for
juveniles.
For male teens, male and female. And I remember walking the dogs with my twin and our friend, because we stayed in the middle of nowhere. And I remember they were banging on the window. Well, we shut ourselves. Like, but what did we end up doing? We ended up going around flapping our arms like, we're like birds, like free like birds. And it's like, don't do that.
That's
And
funny.
then that night, because the security man walks around all of these houses, because these houses are owned by that detention center. So you'd have the security man walking around. So we had 2 German shepherds in the house, and they went crazy. You should have seen the 3 of us huddled in a corner of a room, thinking one of them got out and came over to us. We
Oh no.
and ours. In Jaws, when Brody says that, now you're gonna have to say this, Christina. They're in the yard, not too far from the car.
Well, I don't have the weird R thing. They're in the yard.
They're in the yard. Not too far from the car. I sound like a bloody pirate when I say it. They're in the yard, not too.
I do too.
I can do a Boston accent. Really, is it Boston?
God.
They're in the yard, not too far from the. I'm going to be saying that all night now. Watch me.
Oh man, I would assume it was Kenny and Jen knows of him. What, Kenny Biddle? Yes, I know who Ken. I've met him a few times. He's good.
Yes,
He's friends with my friend. But yes, he's always interesting. He's always interesting.
He really is. I was on his show one night many years ago, myself and a friend of mine from the UK. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was a show.
I'm sure
you have to be as quick as him. I think you have to be as quick as him.
Yeah.
He is. He's feisty.
Yes, that's a good word.
That's all I'm saying. He's feisty. We know him. Yeah. Very good.
Place I've investigated. I would say it's a toss between, and I'm just talking about the 2 places that I've had the most experiences at. And I want to say the 2 places that I pretty much always get a little something, just a little something. Because most of the time, listen, if you're a paranormal investigator and you're a real paranormal investigator and not someone that gets spooked by every little freaking raccoon that comes in a broken window,
yeah.
I would say it's a toss between Mid-Orange Correctional Facility and the Shanley Hotel in New York. Not the Stanley, the Shanley.
Shanley. What is that like, and why are they your favorites?
The Shanley really it's the same thing with Mid-Orange.
Hi, Timmy.
The Shanley is like the Mid-Orange, where I feel like you always get a little something. Yeah. Like even and I actually had one of my most interesting. He is what he is. One of my most interesting experiences was at the Shanley. We had investigated all night, and you stay at the Shanley, you stay over, and I don't sleep well anywhere, even like regular hotels. Like I don't sleep well unless I'm in my bed. And listen, I take melatonin, I take muscle relaxers, and they generally knock me out, and I couldn't sleep. And it was like 4 a.m. and I finally, was laying down, and my friend's son was sharing a room with me. And he's already passed out. I come walking in at 4 a.m. and he's passed out already. And so I get changed in bed, and
thank you.
And he's sleeping, and I get in bed, and I'm laying there, and I kind of I had to put I usually stay in the Rose Room. That's the room I always stay in when I go there. And the year before, I had something walking around the entire room, and I was staying with 2 of my friends. My one other friend was passed out, and something was walking around the bathroom in the room. I was trying to sleep. Everyone else was passed out. I'm laying there, and you just hear tap, 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 tap. And I'm like, and I've stayed in that room before, so I know that's not a normal noise for that room. And then you hear the door. And this went on for like an hour, and it woke my friend Megan up, who was sharing the bed with me, and she's like, Christina, and I'm like, what? She's like, do you hear that? And I'm like, I've been listening to it for like 45 minutes. Yes, I hear that. And it's just like, and then she sits up and goes, what the fuck? And it stops. And I'm like, all right. So we lay back down and it starts up again. And finally, like, I was just like, like nothing happened when we were investigating. And now I'm trying to sleep. So like, thank you. But so a year later, I set a camera up facing the bathroom when I went to bed. And like an hour later, I wake up and it's the battery's dead. Whatever. It's like those shitty, like Sony Handycam batteries. Like sometimes they don't last more than an hour anyways. So so I went back to sleep. And who's your favorite paranormal? We'll get there. So I had woken up and I felt like something was in the bed and I couldn't move and I couldn't talk and I was having like a sleep paralysis type situation.
Wow.
I was trying to yell for my friend son Anthony that I was sharing the room with and nothing would come out. And then I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, however long it lasted, like I finally, sat up. I was confused because I was like, did I dream that? I don't remember waking up. I just remember being up, you know what I mean? So I was just kind of like distraught about the situation because I didn't know what the fuck just happened. Right. And I got up, I put my hoodie on, I put my sneakers on, I went downstairs to the common area and I waited like 3 hours for the rest of my team to get up.
What?
I didn't even want to I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I mean, I've been back 80 million times since, don't get me wrong. It's not like, but it definitely, when you have something like that happen to you, it definitely startles you a little bit.
The sleep paralysis is something that I don't like. Thank God I haven't had it.
Yeah. I mean, some people suffer from it as like a medical thing, but I've never had that problem, so that's why I was like,
being an established investigator, you would know when you question something.
Yeah.
It's something, if that makes sense. If you have to question something.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you can't really write it off.
Yeah, you'll run with it. I'm probably that on.
I have a lot of friends that do stuff. I'm horrible. I don't watch any shows or YouTube channels. I have friends that do videos and content and stuff, and that's cool. That's awesome. Good for them.
A little bit, but
I don't generally watch. So I can't really tell you, but it's hard unless you know them personally. It's hard to sift through the bullshit.
Even content creator, you're right. Even channel or even investigator. There's a lot of amazing investigators out there that I really respect.
Oh yeah, investigators, absolutely.
I really do, and you will get. God, I can't do it. I've gotten into trolls or arguments so many times over the pareidolia pictures. I'm like, Jesus. All
right, so I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. Right, my bathroom has honed Carrara marble on the walls. Right. Like little 4x4 tiles on the walls of Carrara marble. And now that's white. If you don't know what that is, white with like the little gray veining whoever is watching. So sometimes I'll be sitting there trying to pee. And sometimes you have to concentrate, for some reason. You just want to like get one out real quick before you go on your trip.
Right.
When you don't really have to pee, but you're just trying to force it. So I'll stare at my marble tile.
Okay.
And I can see whatever the hell I want to see in it.
Right.
I saw a cat's asshole in my freaking wall tile. I shit you not. You know those videos of like the cat buttholes with the tail, you know, like the hind end view? I swear to God, whatever I want to see, I will see in those tiles.
Right.
So I don't want to hear it with those photos. And then all these places we go to have chipped paint. They have, you know, rust. They have everything.
Yeah.
So unless you're like snap, 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 and then immediately look while you're staring at what you just took. You know what I mean? Because you look at it after you've left and you don't have it in front of your face for reference. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I think people use those Polaroids. It's the ones that you can get out. You can get them out straight away. I get a part of the paranormal debunker community, and I kind of know what you want to say, but can't. Oh, we like you, Pump. We like you.
You know, listen, it's not that I'm like a skeptic in the sense that I don't believe in the paranormal. I 100% believe that something is going on.
Seen it, felt it, touched it, smelt it, all of it. Yeah,
100%. You know, but there's so many people that are just quick to jump at something being paranormal when there's probably a very logical reason for it. And I am not a religious person. I refuse. I went to Catholic school up to 8th grade. It ripped the religion right out of me. And I refuse to believe in anything that I can't prove. And if I can't prove that that was a freaking ghost, then I will not.
It was that easy.
I will not say it was paranormal. I might say something's interesting if I can't kind of figure it out. You know, it might be. You'll hear me if you ever see me on podcasts or you see me talk about it. I always say that it was interesting. I had an interesting thing happen to me. Oh my God, my friend Tim, one of our good friends is obsessed with Ghost Adventures and Zach Baggins. And me and Tim make fun of him all the time. Because like he like reads all his books and watches all the show and like is obsessed with it, and we're like really like, and he's an investigator too. I'm like, really? That show is not for paranormal investigators. That show is for people who like watching.
Who doesn't do investigations? Who doesn't spend 12 hours in a location or spends. I'm going away on the 31st of May until the 12th of June. I'll be traveling up the north of Ireland and I'll be going over to Scotland. And it's for a fantastic tour that I'm joining in. And it's and not all of them are investigators. And that's great because it's not a paranormal tour. It's we're going to castles, of course. We're going to castles and
it was paranormal.
Maybe it was. A little out of this world.
Yes, exactly. It's very, and listen, Zach is a wonderful businessman and entertainer. He's very successful. So I'm not talking shit. He's the one with the money, with the shows and everything. Right. So he's great at what he does, but it should not be taken as a, you know, legitimate show. The show is for entertainment purposes only. That's all. That's all.
It really is. I think I liked him because he rescued a dog in one of his investigations. He rescued a dog, and I'm like, okay. We do points for that. We do points for that. And I like that.
I will give him points for that. But you know, that's the thing. I grew up watching all the ghost shows, and now I don't watch any of them because
Most Haunted. Like, holy crap! I can't believe I used to be one point when I was petrified of Most Haunted. It was in the UK when it fell and Carl, her husband, and I used to be petrified watching Most Haunted.
Demon Bro Tumor.
That's all he ever gets. And run, dude, and getting someone else to go into the room. And I will, you know, be guilty of it when I got someone else to walk into a room before me a few times. But you know,
I've been a jerk from day one. I'm like, where's the most haunted place in this building? And leave me alone. I'm just like, you know, but I'm like I mean, I know it's not. I've been doing like those haunted houses that people like jump out at you for Halloween time since I was a kid with my dad. So I don't even have a jump reflex when it comes to that.
I would have a box reflex.
I don't.
I would have a box reflex.
No, so I go to those haunted attractions, and I'm always the one in front, and like
Oh, Jesus.
people barely. It's really hard for them to get me on a jump scare, and if it happens, I'm like, oh, good job, you know. But I just go for like nostalgia purposes, really. They're not scary, you know. But anyways, I'm a little desensitized, and side-eyed guy just had. Yeah, side-eye guy's great. I love him. Yeah.
And he's not impressed. I need to look that one up. Yeah, most haunted.
Well, side-eye guy has done a lot of videos about Zach Bagans.
Oh, I have to watch that.
Yeah, I think he's done it quite a few times. But he's like another like debunker, kind of like calls people out on shit.
Most haunted got me into the paranormal. Me too. Me too.
Most haunted, all of those shows.
No, you know, when you're kind of at a younger age and people say, oh, when do you get into the paranormal? Oh, I felt it when I was younger and so on. And that's what most people would say. And I believe them because it's true, but you were too young to talk about it because people would not believe you.
Just being like stupid kid, you know?
Yeah, and I've had crazy experiences when I was younger. And I come from a family of 11. So, and there's always one odd one in the family, and it's me. It's always me.
I mean, that's me too. That's me too. I mean, I'm an only child, but all my cousins and stuff are like super normal, and I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, that's. I'll say, and unfortunately, I think I was and I would not think, I know I was the only outspoken one in the whole family. You would get away with nothing with me, nothing, and I got worse as I got older. And in the last 2 years of everything that was going on in life and whatnot, and it changed me a little bit more. That if you pull my tail, I'm going to bite you. I'm going to bite you.
No,
I've listened to people last week. Yeah,
you know, like over the past, I'm talking, and he went to the museum and went live before. Oh, nice.
I'm talking yesterday. He went to the museum and went live before this. What did he say about it, Pomp? When did he go live on?
I'll probably, he's on YouTube. You look up Side-Eye Guy on YouTube.
What's his name?
Side-Eye Guy.
Side-Eye Guy. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look him up because I'd be interested in what he has to say. But you get the picture that I remember when I was laying in my back garden, and it was the summertime, and it was blue skies with clouds, and I lay down on the decking, and I said to my daughters, and I said, I'm going to give you an example of pareidolia, so you can be a step ahead, because the friends think I'm cool. I'm a cool mom, because, you know, they're like 14 and 21, so they're not babies. They're not babies at all. But and I would teach them about pareidolia, just because that's what I do. So what did you do this weekend? Oh, I went to the beach. What did you do this weekend? Oh, my mom taught me about pareidolia. What's pareidolia? So when it comes to history classes and whatnot, I always, yes. Jen, you must remember Sean and Derek Akura, not to mock the elemental then. I know one famous line that Derek would have said, but I don't remember this one. Remind me about it. I must get you on the show, Pomp, if you ever want to come onto a show and talk about, you know, put up pictures that you want to debunk, because I'll tell you, that will get a lot of people ruffled. You should come on. I'm going to look at him later on, apart from watching Clowns from Space or something like that.
From outer space. I mean, listen, you know what? It's another great, all right, totally not paranormal, but this is my new favorite YouTube channel. There is a guy, I found him on a Facebook reel, and he mainly does YouTube, but he's on Facebook and on TikTok and everything. It's called Vlad NCL, and it's this Russian man that dresses up as a woman, like a gamer chick woman, and he'll be like, you know, doing like video, like it's basically him catfishing dudes, but he looks fucking hot. He looks like a woman, and now he's jacked, but the way he has his wig over his shoulders, you can't see, and he's got like an AI voice like thing, so it makes him sound like one of those ooh girls or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
there, and he's like ooh, and he's like batting his eyes, and they're like, oh my god, you're so hot.
Jimmy,
And then he's like, I'm Vladimir, and they're like, what? so I went down that rabbit hole of watching hours of his videos, and it's the funniest thing ever. Yep, look, Kimmy, see, oh my god, Vlad, he's great, and it's so funny. And he did actually a really amazing. He does a few videos like this where I don't know how I understand how he pulls this off. Like it was like you'll see him video chatting like this with someone, right? But when he goes out in public dressed up as a chick, I don't understand how people don't realize he's a dude, because he's very much built like a dude, you know. But he went, and these guys, like, he basically went, and these guys were like being really appropriate and pushy, trying to hit on him and trying to get him to go, you know, so they wanted him to sleep with them, but they were being like very forceful and inappropriate. And this one guy sits down on the bench that he's sitting on next to him, and he gets closer and closer, and he like keeps being pushy, and then he tries to kiss him, and then Vlad goes, you tried to kiss me. You want to kiss? And he has his voice, and he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? You don't want to kiss me no more? And the guy's, and then he puts his arm around that guy, and he's making him feel really uncomfortable, and he keeps getting closer and closer. And the guy's like, oh, no. And he's like, let me tell you this. If you ever put your hands on a woman without their permission ever again, I will find you.
You never. Then I hope that made him.
He was like, basically, he wasn't actually going to do anything to them, but he was making them feel uncomfortable, like a dude like would do to a woman. You know.
I hope it makes that person think again. You'd never know who you're sitting up against. Don't do it. You're not doing it.
But I don't understand how they didn't realize he was a dude, because when you see his whole body, he's very obvious. But it's a great channel if you want something non-paranormal.
Yeah, I've seen some of it before. Most Haunted went to Lep Castle, and he was saying about the elemental and the balcony. And Sean intervened and told him to stop. I understand that. I know Sean very well. He's an absolute gentleman. And there's a lot of, I'm going to say it, folklore about the elemental, where it was the druids who would have conjured it up or made it up to protect the land. And it would have been someone like Mildred Darby who lived in Lep Castle, who was doing with her seances and her Ouija board, would have woken the elemental up again. I know about, having experiences of it and whatnot. I've always said there's something in Lep Castle. Of course, there's something in Lep Castle. It's like my second home. But I'm very much documentation, video, audio, very, very strict on documentation. Audio is like my.
So you haven't really gotten anything documented that would validate that story?
No. Evilness, yes. It's a castle that had many fights, many wars, the O'Carrolls. And
I'm so jealous. I want to investigate one of those castles.
Listen, I'm in a castle every weekend, basically.
I mean, I've only been to Wilson Castle, and that's in Vermont, and that's not like that kind of castle.
That's Paul. He's a lovely guy, Paul. Hiya, Paul. Well, I need to catch up with you, Paul. A lot to fill you in on. And it's all good. It's not bad. It's all good. Because I always moan to Paul, bless his heart. I always moan to him. But there's my cat as usual. But to anything, there is malevolent in Lep Castle. We know this. I know this because of the bloody chapel and the fights between that land and the families feuds and whatnot. And the oubliette up in the bloody chapel. It's a lot. It's a lot. So. Elemental, if I got something, no, I did know a few friends of mine many years ago had shown me a picture of the banquet room and the balcony overlooking the banquet room. Toby, hold on. And they did show me a picture, which even made me go, like, oh my gosh, there's my cat. My cat isn't I tell you, between my dog is like famous, the cat is getting more famous. Toby, Toby.
Mommy, feed me. Mommy, feed me.
I know that's. Oh, he's the cat, but he's kind of like a bit of he's a beautiful, lovely cat. He's special needs, but he will.
A lot of parents say that about their children.
He will hurt you. And then my dog's up my lap. Sorry, what's this? Hi, oh, that's hi, Paul. Hi, past life. I'm going through here just a little bit. I think the mask might freak Jen out, Laura. What mask? I'm behind here now in comments. What mask will freak me out? Try me. Try me. I'm in my living room. What's this now? The shoebox. Laura was saying about. Laura was saying about the shoebox. I don't know the shoebox. Laura not been around long enough. I came along just before he got to the second version of Elaine. I'm lost a little bit, but keep up with me. Let me see. Unexplained. Most Haunted is proven to have a large amount of activity for TV audiences, as well as the proven fraud that Derek Okora is. See? Entertainment. Right. And I tell you now, if everyone got that on every location that they've gone to, we might as well just all give up, because it's already been, it gets boring then, because you're getting activity every like 5-6 minutes, you get an activity. Whereas when you're working for about Toby to 12 hours of investigation, and say if we go to a castle and we stay in the castle for the weekend, you're working those 2 nights. And when we go back to the footage, you can get a snippet, and there's hours and hours to go through videos and audio to go, Toby, Toto, Toby. Just a lovely cat. And
Segs.
And it just oh really? Oh gosh.
The thing he uses to cover his face.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I don't know. I don't find it scary, but
oh wow, Pomp. Okay. Wow, it does, doesn't it? I'm just going through comments here. Okay, that's brilliant. Oh, he does. Oh gosh, right. Okay, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so no one really knows what he looks like.
That's good, because people get very annoyed when you don't purposely go out to debunk videos or pictures. You don't. You just kind of have questions about it. You just have questions about it. So I understand that, and the fact that he has to wear a mask.
Oh no, he's brutal.
Oh Jesus!
I love him. I love Side Guy. We'll talk in a bit.
Yeah.
Afterwards, but
sex mask. Right. That's true about Most Haunted, but they did pave the way for other TV shows and then YouTubers, and I do agree with that. They did. Toto. I'm going to call my daughter to get my cat into the kitchen. I do agree with that, because I watched it, and I used to be petrified of it. And with Derek Okora, he has. Do you know Derek Okora, Christina? Oh God, I need to send you a video. It's one of his most famous lines. Look, there's my dog again. Hello.
Oh, how cute.
Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear, smarter than the average bear, aren't you? He always does this. Hope my Chihuahua used to be the mascot of Things Network. When she'd always come into my show, you could always hear her snoring. And then Toby now the cat meows, and then Yogi just comes up to me and
Jack Russell mix.
He is a collie Shih Tzu pug Jack Russell mix. So he's a Heinz 57.
Interesting.
He's a Heinz 57, but he looks more pug Jack Russell, and he has the undershot jaw and the curly pug tail. And bounciness of a Jack Russell.
That's funny.
Lovely. He's a little bit mad, but we love him for that. So with the pareidolia, not the pareidolia, when you kind of go in and you kind of give an opinion on something. And I know when I ask, if I put a picture up and I just say, what are your thoughts on this? And they will give me their thoughts, and I will like, right, I'll take that on board. I'll take it on board. I have been shot down for giving an opinion of, there was a person in the north of Ireland that said to me on the phone to me for an hour today, an hour tomorrow, an hour the next day. What do I do? How do I set up a team? What insurance do I get? Who do I go to? I was like his PA to set his team up. His PA, everything was great. And then when he was putting up pictures and so on, and I did say, just kind of don't put circles around the leaves of trees or anything like that. It's just like pareidolia. And if you want to, work with the can I say the word elite teams, or the teams who don't do, everything is silly and pareidolia and whatnot, kind of don't circle it. Well, let me tell you, did he turn circles on me? He went for me.
Yeah.
He went for me. Toby, I'm calling the cat like a dog. He went for me because I said about, don't be circling pictures and whatnot. And Toby, I'm gonna call you a big sister now. Get Toby now, please. Get Toby, please. No. No, now. But yes, so talking about debunking things, people don't like it.
No, they don't. People are so desperate to catch evidence that they sometimes believe in and make anything, and it's just like, no.
They just don't like it. Most Haunted might have led the way for what we have these days, but isn't the sole responsible?
It's like, don't forget, if you don't ever try to tell someone that their orb is dust. If you wanna piss someone off, just tell them that their photo, those orbs are dust, and they'll be like, no, it's
right?
not reflecting light, it's emitting its own light. And I'm just like, bro, I'm like, have you seen the floors?
Someone said to me, some person said to me last year when I was investigating a castle, and they said to me, I had the camera in a room in a castle, and I went to a different part of the castle, watched it on my iPad. Nobody's in the room, beautiful big library, no one in the room at all. You'll see this going up and by.
And in my room, I was doing a video, or no, I was taking pictures of Charger, and I guess for whatever reason it was dusty for some reason, and I've gotten orbs in my room, and I'm like,
I like that. Sorry, I like that when Unexplained was saying even go the X-Files was open many people to want to further explore, which I love.
Absolutely. I love the X-Files.
I actually ordered a T-shirt with the X-Files not cartoon characters of them, but the spaceship above them. I ordered a T-shirt, and I'm like, oh my, it shows my age, doesn't it? Do you know the X-Files?
Whatever. I'm a big child. I'm a 38-year-old child.
Oh,
and I'm okay with it. I'm
just a little smidgen older, just a little smidgen. But
I never said that you have to grow up and get boring. You just have
to. No, I get worse as I get older. But
no, me too. I get more confident of my weirdness,
I kind of get, today's not the day, and we are so not doing it. We're not doing it. This person was saying like this and that there's an orb, and this person is known. This person is known, and I'm thinking like, God, don't do that. I said, no, it's not. It's dust. It's the air circulation. I've just left the room. You cannot see the air, so it is flying around the room, and it's not every particle. And look at this. This came over to the camera, stopped for a second, and then went off again. Okay, I'm just gonna leave you to watch.
Yeah, it's rough. I've hosted many events, and I'm doing another one next month, and it's like a fine line between like, I don't want to let these people have an improper experience with me leading them an investigation. You know what I mean? Like I want them to be educated, you know, but they
Right.
really want to believe that orb is a ghost. Like they really do. And it's like, you know, how do you kindly, because some people will feed into it, you know, and be like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Like
Right.
some people that I don't speak to anymore. And I'm just like, I'm like, well, maybe, or maybe it's dust, but we don't know. You know, like you kind of have to like.
Some people you just have to, and I will say some people just want to, you don't want to, but you just appease them because they think it's their grandmother or someone like that, and you say, right, okay, and you know, yes, it is, yeah, and then you do. And I remember doing a live one night many years ago in a location down the south of Ireland, and I'm walking down, I'm doing a live, so the camera is on flash, so I'm walking down, and my hand is on the railing, the stairs, and there was nothing around me. But the minute I put my hand on the railings, walking down the stairs, people were saying, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! There's orbs all around you, Jenny. There's orbs." And I said, "Right, let me just redo this again for you. Let it settle. You will see nothing. Now let me just rub my hand on the railing again. Mm-hmm. Now what do you see? The same thing you seen 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
which are not orbs.
Yeah,
I know, Mistress Kaylee, but
you know, the thing is, people pay to come to these events. So like you really, as a person running an event, you don't want to be a jerk. You know, like if it was just like I don't know, like if it was if I was at a public event as an attendee, sure. You know.
Well, I think at one point when Mistress Kaylee is saying facts, don't care about your feelings, just tell them bluntly, that has been done. I did it to one person many years ago when I just said it. I don't trust and believe. I certainly don't say that anytime now. But I think at one point when a very close friend of mine said this, and I just said, and I did say, and I did a video for him when I had the light of my camera on a cushion and I banged the cushion and I said, that's what you're getting. And then I felt bad after that because, hi Natalie, how are you, my love? I felt bad for saying that because he's an old family friend of mine, so I just kind of let him with that. But on anything else, it's dust. It is dust. And it's unexplained. Be honest, and if they might be wrong, walk away. That's it. Sorry.
I did an event at the Murdoch Whitney House a couple years ago without person we shall not mention.
You should not be named.
And they were up in one of the rooms. We went up with the group of people, and there was a cabinet. And if you everyone's like, the door opened on the cabinet, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And thou shall we not name was like, "Oh wow, look at that!" You know. So and he had been at this location many times.
Okay.
This is my first time at said location. And, you know, I start walking in front of it and close it and walking in front of it. Right. And if you step on a certain floorboard, the door swings open just because it's an old house, you know? Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm like, it's just, you know, if you get too close and step on it, it makes the door open. And he's like kind of trying to ignore me and like get their attention, you know. Right. And afterwards, I got yelled at, and he said, "Let them believe what they want." And I said, "Absolutely freaking not!" Like, and I left. I left, and I went with another group of people. Like, I was like, I will not be a part of bullshit. I was like, I will not.
Well, that's it, and we're not there to entertain. No matter what they've paid, they're not there to be entertained. They're there to learn.
Yeah.
To learn about, you know, it's not all what you see in TV. Like Mr. is saying, I would expect someone to just come out with it and tell me because I would be paying to investigate and that is a true haunt. Yeah. If you're not emotionally able to handle it, the truth, don't go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And this is what I say to people: don't ask me an opinion on something because I'm going to give it. And you're not going to like it. And then you're going to hate me. And then you're going to badmouth me. And then you're going to not like me. And then you're going to tell me I'm this and that, I'm this and that. And I'm like, whatever you think it is, it is. I'm not there to be ridiculed or given out to because I gave an opinion that you asked a question to. So for that, don't ask me because I don't sugarcoat it. If you want something sugarcoated, as I say, go get a donut.
Well, yes. So I am too. But you know, I mean, I've been to so many places like Fort Mifflin in Philadelphia. Unfortunately, Eastern State Penitentiary stopped allowing investigations, but you can go there for their Halloween haunted attraction, and they do day tours all year long, and they do night tours sometimes. And the place is amazing. If anyone's ever in the Philadelphia area, check out Fort Mifflin and Eastern State Penitentiary. Fort Mifflin, you can actually investigate. My friend Greg runs that. Two really cool places. I haven't had anything crazy happen to me at Fort Mifflin, but I have investigated there quite a few times. And you know, I don't know, I've just had so many. I mean, I did like some random Masonic temple in like Delaware. I forgot how we got that case. I've done a lot in 5 years. So
is there anything that
it's been a journey, you know, it's been a journey. But I really, over the past year, like stepped back. I'll watch the drama.
don't get
I'll grab my popcorn and watch it.
involved.
I don't want no business in it. If anyone wants to privately ask me my opinion on the matter, I sure will, but I won't go advertising it. Because it's just not worth it. The drama.
It really isn't. And at the end of the day, we're all in the paranormal field. People will do you wrong. People will do you very wrong. And I know people that has done me extremely wrong that I've helped, and they, you know, I've helped them and they shit on me. And I'm thinking, this is why I don't get involved with that stuff anymore. I'm not here for it. And I will call it out. They've backstabbed me in a very awful bad way, and it wasn't nice. But yeah, that's it, Pomp. You've got to have thick skin. And I keep saying, like yesterday, it was like, the past is the past. They are my past. These people are my past.
Exactly. You know,
but it does hurt. It does hurt when they backstab you and they say, well, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, when it's clear as black and white that you did. And you're the main one who to make look crazy when you're not, because you know the truth. But they twisted, and I'm thinking, this is why I have kind of got a little not quieter in the paranormal, but I'm still here. I'm still busy. I'm still doing
me too. You know, I was on 2 teams, and then I don't want to ever be on a team again.
Right.
Like,
I'm just break from that for a while.
And I pretty much ran one, and I like going on investigations with my friends.
Yes.
That are my friends that I get along with, and no pressure. Just go and have fun. If we catch something, because you know, I don't even care if, I mean, yes, I'm there to catch evidence. I am, all right.
Yeah.
But if it's a slow or dead night, no pun intended, at least I had fun with my friends in a cool location. You know, it's not just about the spirits for me. Like, yes, that's why I'm there, but I like some of these places, the history, the locations themselves, like the architecture. Like, there's so much more than to enjoy just that. Besides, so if you don't catch something, you know, you still had a good time.
It doesn't matter. And then when you go over your footage later, a few days later or a week later, whatever, you still have you still had a night out with your people and
exactly.
I do very agree. Unfortunately, the community is very cliquey, and I have been discovering that in the last few days. I'm discovering it very cliquey, and I'm not liking it. And that's when you don't hear from me, I have slowly slipped away, and I don't have to explain why I slipped away from certain people. I slip away. So it's like, I haven't heard from Jenny in ages. It's because I've seen enough, and I don't want to be involved in it.
Yeah, and you know, I filmed something that I backed out of at the last minute for personal reasons, and that whole experience with that person really put a bad taste in my mouth about filming. And I mean, listen, I know it's not, but everyone is so out there for fame and notoriety, and
Yeah.
this said person, it was sickening how bad it was, and it put a bad taste in my mouth. I have had no desire to film. I haven't been on a podcast in probably almost a year, um like
Thanks
just
for being on
because.
mine tonight.
Yeah, no, I didn't, it's not that I've turned them down, but I
Yeah.
kind of went on like a hiatus,
Right.
um because it just really put a bad taste in my mouth, and that's just not what it's about for me. Like, I know, I have a lot. I think I have like almost 8,000 followers on Facebook now, but I don't care. That happened accidentally. And I'm not like people who are like, oh, I'm having the greatest day of my life and I'm super positive and oh my God. And then they're at home crying while they're typing this out. So the thing about my Facebook, if you don't follow me on Facebook, if you just look me up, Christina Westervelt, but like, I'm real on my Facebook. Like, that's how I am. I shit post nonsense memes,
I love
pictures.
your nighttime stories. I love your
I
nighttime.
know, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're ripping off your childhood ruin." I'm like, "No, that's their shit. Like, it's watermarked on there. Like, I love their page. That's why I share it." Um, but everything's not positive on my posts, and the reason why I do it is because so many people out there on social media put this like smoke screen up of like a perfect happy life, and reality is that's not how it is all the time. And I have a lot of followers, and sometimes it's nice to know that you're not the only one out there. So I try to keep it real. And hey, look, like, this is normal. We all have this, people can relate to what I'm
Right.
posting. Someone said something about looking for like affirmation or whatever on one of my comments, and I was like, no, bro. I'm like, this is how I felt at that moment. I don't want anyone to tell me, oh, otherwise. I'm just letting people know that follow me that this is what's going on with my life, and if you're going through something similar, you are not alone. And
Right.
because for a while I kept things very, oh, you don't want producers to see, this and that and da da da. And now I'm like, like, I
I
don't really care, I don't care. And
I totally agree with you. And what you see with me is what you get. Like you if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. If you don't like it, then really don't ask me. I'm the wrong person to ask. And
yeah, exactly. I'm the same.
best of my ability, I will answer as my truth. And it's not, it's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay with that.
Yes.
And with Pamper saying, I think the biggest problem is people are too afraid of persecution and having and shit for having an opinion. That's when I stopped giving people my opinion, because I just said, if you're going to give out to me and you're going to say, oh, she thinks she knows it all, like she's Don Juan, then do you know what? Do me a favor. And I'm always mute myself when I have bad words to say, but I don't know how to mute this one tonight. Maybe I'll.
Listen, I know I've cursed a few times, but I've been quite docile for myself. I usually sound like a pirate.
Me? Oh,
driver, something like that.
So with Laura, as an interviewer, I try to stay as neutral as possible. It can be difficult, and that's respectful to your guests, to people's opinions on their comments. It's called respect. That's what we have to do. People are dragged through the dirt for their opinions. I know, and that's why when people ask me my opinion, I will give it to you as best as I can. But if it doesn't agree with you, or I don't know the answer, I will tell you I don't know the answer, or I'll tell you what I think. But people don't like you for either way. You have to agree with them. So unless you want something sugar-coated, as I said, go get a donut, because you're not getting it from me. Those who know me, and those who don't will learn.
Yeah.
You do it well, it's ridiculous. You don't have more subs and watches than ever. See, it's a lot of work that all of us put into shows, and it is an awful lot. But we enjoy doing it. Like, I'm doing this for 5 years this year, my podcasts, and I love it.
I miss it. I miss it. I really do. I'm glad. I'm actually May 13th. I'm going back on They had reached out to me. It's called I did a podcast with them like a year or so ago. It's called Beyond the Tinfoil Hat. I don't so Danny. So I did a podcast. I was on their podcast like a year and a half ago, and then he hit me up the other day and he's like, "Hey, do you want to come back on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I'll be back on there on May 13th.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, yay. Oh, listen, come on. You got to get back in. Get back in.
I mean, listen, I was a radio DJ. This is kind of like it's the same shit, just, video too.
That's it. Look, this is your second nature of doing podcasts and vodcast. Agree, Laura, and it's not fair at all. And they are not all as open with them because of that. I'm lucky I have voiced mine because I don't care. Drag.
No, I joked around a while ago. I was like, I want to do like, like they had that MTV like celebrity death match. Like I want to do a podcast and just bring everyone on that hates each other and let them duke it out. Like, get it out, get it over with, just get it out. And like call it like paranormal celebrity death match or something,
I think, is that a kind of like, we can do that? But those of say if
you like the paranormal Jerry Springer,
but listen, the worst thing is I am a receipt keeper. I'm a receipt keeper. I know what you sent.
Oh, and then
so if you want to come up against me, okay, ding ding.
I mean, I don't want to be part of it. I just want to host it.
I want to do one with those who have, hey, she's this, she's that, she's this and that. Okay, let me just rectify. Let me just clear this up for you.
What did you do?
Let me just clear this up for you. Okay, you did not leave.
But listen, you just gotta have fun with it.
You didn't leave. Sorry, I had to mute myself. Sorry, Pomp, I had to mute myself again. So, and I have receipts. So if that would be, don't be putting bloody ideas in my head, for crying out loud, woman. Don't be putting ideas in my head of, what show can we do next?
Let's do it.
And only do it if you have receipts.
The problem is most people won't come on.
I do it. I would so do it. It's not my first rodeo where I haven't called someone out.
No, I know, but like, if you know, like someone was having a feud and you reach out and you said, "Hey, do you want to like come on?" Like, people would be like, "No."
Someone's going to do that show. Someone's going to do that show.
I know, right?
Not going to be me. I'm not doing that show. I
don't know. I think it'd be so much fun. I don't know. I'm like drama when it's not my own,
Those who want to do it will do it. Those who kind of just can't be asked by saying, think what you want to think and say what you want to say, whatever. You're yesterday's news, you're basic,
I can't. It would be so funny.
Yeah, it's got to be a receipt keeper. I'm a very big, let me tell you, I'm a big receipt keeper. Don't do it. I'm a big receipt keeper. And that's the only way to do it, because you can say, he said, she said, they said, and that's great, but you gotta get the receipts. And I do. So listen, if you want to do season 1, I'll do it. I'll do it. No, I'm joking, I won't. I'm Irish, but you know what? It's because of, actually I don't care. It's YouTube. It's YouTube, and I'm not streaming on stuff that I can't say what I can't say fuck on. But I know. But
I'm entertaining.
I just kind of like, right, and I kind of respect those who don't like to hear language, but we can lip read. What did I say? What did I say? Okay, next time. And I'm pumping. I don't get offended. Okay, then I will. If I have to say something, I will definitely say it. Oh, Pamela. Don't be agreeing with Christina now, because you're going to and I probably would, and then I'll be shunned. I'll be shunned from the paranormal world.
Some people like to say I'm trouble. I don't know.
Listen, I've never had more watchers on my show when only when I was calling someone out.
Oh yeah, because everyone that's everyone.
When I was calling someone out within reason, within rightfulness, I call someone out. I've
Yeah,
never
well,
had
that's
so many
what.
people watching.
Yeah, I mean that's why like all those they had like that tattoo show like remake redo or whatever. It was like
Yeah.
you know how, like Gordon Ramsay had that like he redid pubs or whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
So they did it for tattoo parlors, and a friend of mine's tattoo parlor near me had it done, and they were on TV, and I knew all of them, and they completely made them fight, have fake arguments, portray them as a way that I knew that person wasn't, like they made the nicest guy in the shop look like an asshole, and it was all for TV,
Right.
like,
Right.
so reality TV is bullshit. Like,
It is completely and utterly. The content creators have wrestling characters now, and Crow of Judas held a wrestling event on PS5. Oh shit! I'm thinking, oh God, no, you see, now you're putting ideas into my head now between Pamela and you, Christina. And they love drama as much as they. But do they support you and so on after it? Do they support you, or is it just a little bit of Friday night entertainment for these people that just want to see drama? And that's why I would not do that show, because it's paranormal, and I wouldn't do it for the ones who want to gossip.
I agree. I think it's a fabulous idea, and it would be hilarious, but I wouldn't do it.
And it's not a lot. It's not. I tell you now, to be honest with you, there's quietness in the background when teams don't get on and so on and so on. And I'm thinking, like, Jesus Christ, we're all in it for the same thing.
I know.
Calm down. But when they do something wrong, that when you're a very good person to them and they do something wrong by saying, oh, well, this and that, and they forget where they came from.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, they say certain things, because I'll tell you, and I will say, if some certain people keep it up, let it be known here now, I will be calling them out. I am the one who, I mean, I don't like crappy drama. I like a peaceful life. I've had a lot in the last 2 years. But I'll tell you now, if you're watching me on YouTube, you keep it on. There'll be a new show. There will be a new show. I'm not afraid to call out at all. I'm not afraid, yeah. So others shouldn't be afraid. I got receipts. So last question before we leave. We've got 10 minutes left. Last question before we leave. Has anything ever happened to you that, and I'm not too sure if you answered this earlier on tonight, anything ever happened to you that made you afraid to go back to that location again?
I mean, no. And the most startling experience I did have was that sleep paralysis
Yeah.
At the Shanley, but I have been back many of times because that's what we are there for. Those type of experiences. So
exactly. Don't
care if I get like lifted up and thrown. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be scary, but holy shit, like that's cool. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's what we're there for, is some sort of experience. So no.
That's it. That's why you're there, to investigate, to research. And I remember doing an investigation before. I was in a place for many, many years. We'd go all the time. And when things began to get heating up and a little hot, and things were kind of getting, happening, one particular person would say, I'm leaving. So when they leave, you had to leave too. And I said,
I've had that happen before with old team members, and it's like, but I don't want to leave.
Is that not why we're here? Is that not why we are here?
Yeah.
This is what we're here for, is to research, to study, to investigate, to get a history. History that I always say is not written in books, that you can add to it, names that people don't know of. I have done it in many, many locations. You stay, even if it gets scary, and it has at times.
But that's what you're there for.
That's in your blood. It's in your blood.
If something gets good enough and active enough that you're scared, that's a good location. Like, let me know because I want to go,
Nep Castle and Hellfire Club in Dublin. I love the Hellfire Club in Dublin. I love it. There's one particular, I love it because it's like it was like a gentleman's club. And I go up, thinking today, people say, do you ground yourself when you go into locations and so on? I do. My grounding is today is not the day and I am not the one. So I like what Kaylee's saying there. Words are just a collection of sounds that have been made by evolved apes. I don't give them the power of offending me. I need to keep that on because I think it's just been a little a few days of having a knife in my back, and I'm not very happy with it. But what can I do? You're welcome. They are welcome for teaching them. That's the victim mentality of the internet, and people don't seem to understand that the take part of the take offense means they decide to allow something to offend them rather than them being bullied. Exactly, right? Exactly.
I have thick skin. It's very hard to offend me. I mean, I actually got my picture came up in someone's paid pay-per-view a few months ago. I don't think they said my name, but my photo came up, and I was like, "Look, I'm famous." I was like, "I look great in that picture. Thanks for picking
right." I don't know. I'm getting.
I laughed, because it's you can't. I don't care.
Kind of like stop it. I have a lot of. I can't even open up my spam email in case I get an important email when people are. This one particular person has signed me up to every dating site, and people are saying, "Oh, it's gone legal. It's totally gone legal. It's they have my old phone.
Pay for that shit, don't you?
Right? They have my old phone, and this person who did that left their own name there with my address, and I'm like, okay, clever person, but you're a little bit dumb by leaving your own name there, saying hello, blah blah blah, and yet it's to my address, but it's gone legal, and the guards have my phone, so it is gone legal.
Yeah.
And it is an open case now here in Ireland.
I just get like crazy emails. I get shit in my inbox, like I told you about my spam box.
That was a little holy crap.
I'm afraid of the spam box. I'm very afraid of the spam box.
Hi, Darcy.
I don't have anyone signing me up for dating sites, but
I can't find anything that I need to find without going through every hour of every day of spam dating sites and sites that I've been signed up to. And I have them all printed out. They're all printed out. They're all put in a folder. They're all stapled together from different sites to different things. And this person was trying to really get to the nitty gritty of my personal life and hurting me. That's all been printed out and gone to the guys. If you're watching, a comment. We are coming.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much. I'm a 6'2" Irish atheist trans girl that looks like Dara O'Brien. Oh, shut up. I've cast iron skin. Listen, we love that. If you want to come on an investigation with us, you're in the UK, but fly over to Ireland. Kaylee, fly over to Ireland. We don't care. Come on an investigation with me. Trust me, you will have fun. We work hard and we play hard. I'll give you, if you want to come over to Ireland, back over to Ireland, and we'll go on come out in one of my locations. It is great. We're back out in June. Oh no, I'm back out in July, but I'm traveling in June. I'll be in the north of Ireland and then Scotland. Doing a tour for Secret Island tours, and we have a fantastic group of people over from America and the UK, and we're doing amazing locations such as Cromwell Road Jail, Giant's Causeway, St. Mary's King's Close, Bobby Friar's grave, and we're going to many castles and prisons. So yay! I can't wait. It's like 13 days turn.
Once things looking up for me, I'll
come over to Ireland. So yes, Mistress Kaylee, if you ever come back over to Ireland again, let me know and we'll hook up and come on an investigation with us. I hope you would do that. And Pump says, well, I never knew most of that, Kaylee. I'm delighted that that everyone was here tonight. It was brilliant. Your exactly. It was a great show, and this is my first time using Restream, so
it worked. I think it seemed to work better than StreamYard personally.
Right? I like. Oh, listen. I keep saying it, and anyone who ever comes over to Ireland, link in with me and any locations. Sasha, that is not for live. That is not for, get off the. That's a female on a male. Oh, shit.
That sounds about right. All my female dogs would always come.
It's a female on a male. And like,
thing.
It's just Sasha, get off it.
That's so funny.
Anybody wants to come over to Ireland, and I will, get location for you. It's amazing, and I'll bring it to some of the most beautiful, fantastic locations. We work hard, we play hard, and it has been an interesting show. It has been interesting.
I told you it'd be fun.
I have to send me a personal video of Charger, because I love Charger.
I know.
Oh, holy crap. Okay, here we go again. It was a great show, ladies. Just need to end it with Jenny saying 13. I said it, you got it. 13, 33 and a third. Right, 13. I'll send you a voicemail of 13.
Just listen to it over and over again.
I know. Look at this dog behind me. It's going crazy. So I'm going to say thank you so much to Christina. First and foremost, coming on to the show. It was great. I was so looking forward to tonight. I really was. The locations that you go to are absolutely phenomenal. They would be on my bucket list of going over to. I love anything with prisons and all of that.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
I love prisons. Yeah, we have a great one here in Ireland that I go to, and it is great. But we'll talk about that when we have you on again. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, my darling. Thank you so much. Right, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to bring us into the background. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I'll probably, do you know what? I'll probably put the intro back on the outro as
why not?
There's a cat outside my window. Is there a cat? Kitty cat? Oh, is it my dog Shadow? A fly just flew in. That's not good. Well, I hate flies. I hate flies and what they believe in and what they not believe in, what they do. Look at this. She blushes the other day and tried to blame her fire. My fire is lit right now again, so obviously maybe it wasn't blush. We don't know. We don't know. Right, let me try and get this off. Stay in the background if you can, Christina. Stay in the background for a ticket to be. Right, let me see if I can do it. And I'll probably end up the show when I do an outro. It will probably be the intro. But listen, it's live, folks. It's live. I'm going to bring the background. Thank you so much, guys. We will be back on, I think I will be back on next week. I will be back on next week in the show with my friend Chris Muley. And we are going to be talking about a topic. God bless me when I talk about this topic, because I hope I do it right, because we're talking about the Pope.
Oh, that would be a good one.
I know.
Bye, everyone.
We'll do that next week, but I will be doing that next week. Right, I'm going to bring the background. Good night, everyone. Good night, guys. It's like an Irish goodbye. I never go. Good night. Bye.